I am Javon Vickery, and this is the HGP SPORTSCAST. Tejaran Chanderpaul continued to show his class with a stellar performance of 116 not out as the Jaguars amassed a mammoth first innings score of 452 for 9 declared at the Ghana National Providence Stadium on Friday. Here's Stanford with that story.
The Jaguars, who ended the first day with 307 for 6, started the second day easier as it turned into the Chanderpaul and Shepard show. The seventh wicket pair continued where they left off as they built a 121-run stand from 321 balls. The Volcanoes bowlers were made to sweat as they added 96 runs by lunch, with Tejaran Chanderpaul securing his century. The Windward Islands made a breakthrough just after the lunch break with a wicket of Romario Shepard, caught by Smith for 72 runs. After the partnership was broken, Clinton Pestano made his way out and didn't stay long as he contributed 20 runs. Formal fell a few balls after, and the Jaguars eventually declared on 452 for 9. In the Volcanoes' first innings reply, Kemo Paul with 4 for 24 from 8 overs, and Versami Palmall's 1 wicket for 12 runs from his 10 overs have left the visitors hanging by a thread on 99 for 5, trailing by 353 runs. For the HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. The Golden Grove Community Center ground on the East Coast has improvement in facilities and sporting activities. Samuel Gillis reports.
Randy Mingo, who is a teacher and member of the executive body of sports committee in Golden Grove, sat down with HGP Sports to talk about developments at the Golden Grove Community Center ground. We realize that there have been some improvement here at the Golden Grove Community Center ground. Can you walk us through the process of that improvement?
Talking about the community members, persons who live here and who often find recreation at this ground. I want to say we would have come from nothing to something.
Yes.
I began playing various sports disciplines at this very ground in my early teenage years, just roughly over 20 years and so.
Yeah.
And I remember coming out here, being a part of the Golden Star Football Club, where we tried assiduously to upkeep the standard of the club,
yes,
and moreover the ground. Because the thing about it is that whoever would have been in charge of the club, so to speak,
yes,
automatically becomes in charge of the ground.
Randy went on to say that persons and clubs using the ground and facilities did everything they could back then, willingly giving from their pockets to ensure the ground was fully sustained. But with a lack of resources, they could do so much and no more. Change eventually came.
On fighting, and with the advent of the coalition government in 2015,
Yes.
we were granted some funds, and the funds that was allotted to us,
Yes.
we were able to do a whole lot with this ground, as much as possible,
Yes.
to acquire what we have here.
Yes.
We have not yet attained the standard that we want to, all right, or that we would have envisaged. However, we are grateful for what the government would have given to us and how far the funds would have carried us. Here we are today.
According to the teacher, works are ongoing to maintain the facility and ensure it is properly kept. Wear and tear has taken a toll on some parts of the facility, but they remain resolute to ensure that the ground remains in great shape.
I remember the days when we played football. We rushed to come home from school and from work, and we played football, and by the time you got to the ground and started playing, it was night.
All right.
Now we are privileged to have lights.
Great.
True to the government of the day, all right? So the ground is now lighted. They have been giving us continued support, so to speak, all right? So we first try with acquiring some lights of our own, and then the government, with the funds that was allotted to us, we were able to acquire other lights, and so the ground is now lighted. All right, we were able to acquire our own transformer and get GPL to come and to regularize everything, and so the ground is in an acceptable shape. All right, I am proud to say that this Golden Grove Community Center ground is one of the best playing surface, the best playing ground on the East Coast.
He spoke of plans for the ground and his opinion on the standards they
There's basically 3 good grounds to play on: Golden Grove, Victoria, and Buxton. I think BV is also playable, so we can say 4.
Yeah.
But however, out of the 4 grounds, the best is Golden Grove right now.
For HGP Sports, I am Samuel Gillis.
Ghana's indoor developmental hockey team Supernova continued their good showing in Trinidad and Tobago on Thursday evening when they defeated Notre Dame 4-0 to make a winning start to the University of the West Indies indoor tournament. The 12-man team, made up of 11 junior players and captained by senior national Jamarj Asana, has been surprisingly competitive against some quality senior Trinidad clubs. On Thursday night, it was 16-year-old lightning rod Warren Williams who opened the scoring when he received the pass at the center of the D and spun quickly to his left to wrap up the ball around Notre Dame's advancing goalkeeper Gregory Garraway in the 3rd minute. Another 16-year-old Samuel Woodruff made it 2-0 in the 12th minute with a clinical penalty corner conversion. In the second half, the relentless pressure by the Guyanese produced some spectacular saves from Garraway until the 20th minute when Kareem McKenzie converted another penalty corner. Omar Hopkinson put the icing on the cake with a penalty stroke conversion in the 24th minute to complete the 4-0 shootout. The Heroes CPL and Cricket West Indies have agreed a window for the 2019 edition of the tournament. Here's that story.
This year's event will take place between the 21st of August and the 27th of September. The opening round of matches will take place in Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana before returning to these 2 countries for the playoffs and finals once again. For the 2nd successive year, the very best of cricketing talent in the Caribbean will be taking part in the tournament, with Windies centrally contracted players available for a majority of the tournament. As well as the very best Caribbean cricketers, fans can look forward to the top players the sport has to offer descending on the Caribbean for 34 matches of high-intensity cricket. The biggest party in sport is coming back, and the plan is for it to even be bigger. Speaking about the window for the tournament, Pete Russell, COO of Heroes CPL, said, and I quote, "We are very pleased to be playing our tournament in August and September for the 3rd successive year. And we have now agreed that this will be the time of year that the CPL takes place for the next 5 seasons. Fans now associate this time of year with Heroes CPL, and we have already started working on bringing the party to life in 2019. Having the best Caribbean cricketers and the world's best overseas players is what our tournament is all about, and this window gives us that." End of quote. For the HGP Sportscast, I am Stanford Howard.
And that has brought us to the end of the HGP Sportscast. But do remember, the critics are always right. The only way to shut them up is by winning.